one nice part. So it's the coal, but it's also the water box. So there is two parts in one. So they eliminated complexity with one part less on the vehicle. This beam is common on the different models of Tesla, so they use exactly the same beam with a small modification from one version to another. So it's always in the correct position. And for 5 pipes, you only have 2 fasteners. No need fastener to put these 2 parts.
They just snap together.
You just snap together. So you can, in fact, install the insulation without any fastener for this part. So you just snap in.
Snap in.
All. Yes.
No fasteners.
No fastener. So this part, just to close,
it snap fit.
It snap fit. We have the container here. So you just put inside.
And there you go, one person. Usually it takes 2 people, one on each side to do it.
And that's all. We have assembled the car.
No hyperbole, folks. One of the most compelling and insightful videos I've ever seen on Tesla. Don't miss it. And check the links in the pinned comment if you'd like to support the channel and or unlock a load of exclusive content. Let's get into it. It's too good to waste any more time.
Okay, hello everybody. So here we are in front of the Tesla Model Y. This is the Austin version. You can notice the gigacasting here. So it's only one big piece of gigacasting. Is U-shaped, so the operator can go inside, start assembling the vehicle from the inside and go toward the exterior. And then you will see we will close the car at the end. So here we have already one nice part. So it's the coal, but it's also the water box. So there is 2 parts in one. So they eliminated complexity with one part less on the vehicle.
So as we progress through this interesting demonstration of Tesla's incredibly lean, efficient, uncomplicated design and assembly of a Model Y, you might notice recurring themes. Elon Musk, many years ago in an interview with MKBHD in a Tesla factory, said, "The best part is no part. The best process is no process." So as we watch this video explaining the incredible engineering and how a Model Y is assembled, keep these in mind. Are there any examples of parts being deleted or combined so a single piece does multiple functions? In addition, can you see any evidence of the elimination of certain processes, simplification, streamlining? I can tell you, if there's any automotive companies who watch this teardown, they will unquestionably shit their fucking pants. This is truly one of the most insightful videos I've ever seen on Tesla. So pay very close attention. How simple, how easy, how streamlined, how efficient is this process?
Okay, so here we have the cooling beam. So the cooling beam is a beam with all the elements, components for the cooling system, except the radiator. So you have the accumulator, condenser, compressor, octavalve here. So this is a complete cooling system, and is compressed in all this beam. This beam is common on the different models of Tesla, so they use exactly the same beam with a small modification from one version to another. And every modification that you do, for example, on the accumulator, will be automatically transmitted to the rest of the models.
So, a couple of things. The cooling beam. You guys notice how much stuff is included in that single module. Everything to thermally manage the vehicle. How easy was it to stick in the vehicle? Like literally, just pick up the beam, place it, boom, done. It's so simple, it's so obvious. Yet I challenge you, take a look under the hood of any other vehicle produced by any other company on Earth. You will not find that level of simplicity. You will find an absolute clusterfuck. Things everywhere, complexity, so many different attachment points, an absolute mess. Remember, the simpler this is, the more efficient, the less points of failure, and the faster it is, and the more idiot-proof it is to actually assemble the vehicle. The second thing I want to discuss here, we heard about parts in common across different Tesla vehicles. Because this is a module, any change to any individual component within that module can propagate across all Tesla vehicles because they're using the same module across the range. This is important. Simplicity. It also allows them to instantly iterate. And in addition, they benefit more from economies of scale. The more parts in common across models, the more modules in common across models, the cheaper everything is. In case it doesn't go without saying. If you're ordering more of the same parts or you're making more of the same parts yourself, the cost per part falls. This is one of the ways that Tesla is absolutely embarrassing the so-called competition. Model Y alone is on track to sell around 1 million vehicles this year. There's only about one other vehicle on Earth that has close to that same number of units being sold, meaning close to the same level of economic scale. However, the fact that Tesla's using parts in the Model Y that are also in the Model 3 and other vehicles means there's nothing else even close in terms of economies of scale. This matters a lot.
Okay?
And one thing that you pointed out is all the bolts go in from the
Yes.
top down.
All the bolts here in this area from the top down are vertical, so it's easy for the operator to put the bolts.
And do you think that this could be done by robots in the future?
Maybe.
Maybe, definitely. Now, again, this is important. If you're bolting things from above, it's very easy for an operator or in the future a robot to do, as opposed to having to get underneath or come in from the sides or weird angles. Again, simplicity. Tesla's trying to drive out complexity, to drive out processes, to make this easy and fast. Basically, potato proof. And what do I mean by that? They want to make this so simple that even a fucking potato could put one of their vehicles together. That's the end goal. The least amount of processes and parts, the least complexity, and the easiest and fastest and most efficient way to put together a vehicle. I think it was roughly 2 years ago that Volkswagen inadvertently disclosed that Tesla was putting together a vehicle 3 times faster than VW. And that was before many of the changes we're now seeing here in this more modular version of the Model Y were implemented. Who knows how much faster Tesla is today? Maybe 4, maybe 5 times faster. And faster means cheaper. And also means Tesla catching up to and then overtaking companies like Volkswagen a lot quicker. Rest in peace.
So here we can have Poka-yoke for the AC connections. So you cannot reverse the part. So it's always in the correct position. And for 5 pipes, you only have 2 fasteners.
So more brilliant engineering. Again, clearly potato proof. You can't even reverse these and get them in the wrong order. In addition, now think about this for a moment. There are 5 pipes there from this thermal system, yet there are just 2 fasteners to fasten 5 pipes. How the fuck? Big brain engineering. I know this might sound simple, but man, it matters. And again, in retrospect, it's like, well, duh, of course you could figure out a way to only need 2 fasteners to stick these 5 pipes where they need to go. But no other company that produces vehicles is doing this level of engineering, this simplification, this streamlining, deletion of parts and processes. Tesla is on another level.
Sure thing. Poka-yoke means is designed to only go in one way.
Yes,
so you
exactly.
cannot mix it
So
up.
the operator, even if it's the first day of job, they cannot mix it up.
See? Potato proof.
So the filter is 2 parts, but again, you no need fastener to put these 2 parts.
They just snap together.
You just snap together.
No fasteners, just snaps together. That simple. Again, this is some big brain shit right here. Again, I mean, given the fact that the automotive industry has been producing cars for over a century now, you would have thought they would have figured these kind of things out. But it's Tesla showing the entire automotive industry how to put together a vehicle now, and that wasn't always the case. Just half a decade ago, give or take, Tesla were one of the worst, if not the worst, in the automotive industry in terms of actually putting together and engineering the vehicle. They were great with software and technology, the stuff that really counts. But the basic stuff, like putting together the vehicle, physically assembling it, not great. But in the span of about half a decade, they've gone from laughing stock of the industry to making a mockery of the entire industry. Again, think about the lack of parts and processes here. Instead of having bolts, fasteners, needing to weld things, it's just bam, done.
And if you notice, this part will lay on the cooling beam, so it will never fall down. Okay? So the next part is the front frame. So again, the front frame, you just put it on its side. So you have a C-shaped part here that can keep and hold the front frame.
It holds it in place. So once you get it into
front
those
module.
slots,
Yes.
they just stay there.
Yes, exactly.
This shit is just so incredible. It shouldn't be so incredible. You would have thought, as I mentioned earlier, the automotive industry would have figured all this stuff out, but simple things like this, it takes 2 guys, and let's be honest here, they're not exactly Hulk Hogan, to pick this front of the vehicle up, to drop it in place, and it just sits there because of the way it's designed. It's so simple. Again, potato proof.
And just to notice, the radiator is horizontal, it's not vertical. So efficiency compared to a thermal vehicle is less, but we know that we don't reach exactly the same temperature of thermal vehicles. Here we are around maximum at 70 degrees. So this is enough. And also there is an aerodynamic effect that because the air come here and go up on the windshield. So as long as you speed up the vehicles, you have a downforce in the front of the vehicle to keep the stability of the vehicle.
Fantastic. Okay, let's see the rear.
Yes, just one part that is very important, the front, because the radiator is horizontal. You have a lot of space here, and it's a nice thing to give to the customer extra space for storage.
Okay, do you guys have any idea what the fuck we have just witnessed? It's done. Apart from a few bolts that need to come down from the top, they've just put together the entire front of a Model Y with light, easy to handle parts that just drop in place. The whole thing, that's the whole thing right there. What the actual fuck have we just witnessed? I mean, seriously, if you want, just rewind the video and watch where we started. It was just the gigacasting with nothing in there. They drop a few parts in, bam. The whole front of the vehicle's put together. And now, again, some bolts need to come in from the top. That's it. This is madness.
So how would this compare to the way traditional automakers put it together?
Yes, because the idea of traditional automakers is to take out the thermal engine and put electric system. Tesla is because they don't have this legacy of thermal engine, so they just try to rethink how you assembly and you conceive the vehicle. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, and now the rear.
The rear. Okay.
And,
This is another important insight. Because Tesla hasn't been making cars for decades, their big brain engineers, using their big brains to engineer, have engineered some big brain solutions, as in, what's the best way to do this as opposed to what's an incremental change to the way we've been doing this for the last 100 years. Makes a big difference.
U-shape.
Exactly. You have a gigacasting in the back, U-shaped gigacasting. So again, the operator can start from the inside, going out. You have this part. So gigacasting is expensive part. So they try to use it at the maximum. So they put some reference. So you can, in fact, install the insulation without any fastener. So
It just fits right into place.
In the place. You use Form A to fit the shape of the B part.
The best part, no part. The best process, no process. The best fastener for the insulation is no fastener. You get it, right? Anyone could have figured this stuff out, yet it took Tesla to do it. This is insane. The insulation for the back of the vehicle, you literally just drop in. It slots right on to the gigacasting. No fasteners necessary. Perfect fit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Again, the same for this part. So you just snap in.
Snap
That's
in.
all. Yes.
No fasteners.
No fastener.
Now, I know I'm repeating myself, but holy shit, dude. Another part, it just snaps in. There's no fasteners. Neither of those pieces need to be fastened. No bolts, no nuts, nothing. You just drop them in, slot them in, bam, they snap into place. This is madness.
So the cable is an aluminum cable, so is lighter, but the most important thing is that aluminum is much more cheaper than copper. Copper,
yeah.
Yes.
And they also shaped
Yes.
wires so they fit right into the rear end.
Exactly.
There's no loose wires. It just
No.
goes exactly
Yes.
where it's supposed to go.
They look for rigidity, so tomorrow, if they need to automatize the operation, it will be easier.
Do it with a robot.
Yes, exactly.
What are the odds? Not long from now, Tesla will in fact be using robots to do that very task.
So another part, so this part, just to close,
It snap fit.
is snap fit.
Again, potato proof. And he picked that up with one hand. It's light, it's efficient, you just boom, snaps in.
We have the container here, so you just put inside. The shape take care that is aligned, and You put the 4 fastener and that's all.
And again, the bolts come in from the top, very easy
Yes,
to do.
exactly. And the same for the insulation. Crash beam. So there is also pocayoke here. You save 1 and 2 fasteners.
So instead of 3 bolts, or 4 bolts,
4 bolts,
they're using
you have
3.
3. Yes.
But they poka-yoka'd it, so it only
Yes.
goes in the right way.
I cannot reverse it.
No.
Okay, will not fit.
Again, picks it up, snaps it on, done.
Okay, and that's also, these are the only horizontal bolts that we can find in the back.
And then we don't have to put it on, but you have the rear fascia. That
Yes, we have
covers
the
up.
rear fascia. It's very light. You have only one connection here, and if you want, I can also put it on.
And there you go, 1 person. Usually it takes 2 people, 1 on each side to do it.
I'm noticing a theme here. Light, simple, easy, snap it in place, done. And did you notice John's commentary in the background there? He's saying that it usually takes 2 people to do this task. That was before Tesla.
And that's all. We have assembled the car.
Bro, it's done. And his smile says it all. Okay, we have assembled the car. We just saw, in the span of literally a few minutes, probably like 5 minutes of actual labor, the entirety of the Model Y, from the front to the rear, being assembled by one guy while explaining what he's doing. And the only thing we didn't see is a couple of bolts from the top and a couple at the rear. That's it. Madness.
Okay, and show me this about the tail lights too, because that's pretty.
Yes. So the tail lights, again, you just feed it. You have 2 fasteners in the back here to keep the tail lights. But most importantly, here, the tail lights is coupled. Let me show this. So it's coupled with the tail light. So this is the door for the charging port.
Point, right?
Yes. So there is an actuator that's okay.
Yeah.
More incredible engineering, combining tail light with charging port. And look how easy it was to stick that stuff together.
But you were saying too that this little door
Yes.
is black because it blends right in with the tail light.
Yes,
So it does not
exactly.
have to be body color. Everyone can use
Yes,
the same
exactly,
black.
exactly. So they looked for this position for the charging port to couple the opening with the tail lights. So
good.
only one part, so complexity reduction again.
Nail on the head. They've deleted another part or many parts and reduced complexity.
So the overall lesson of this, Han, what would you say it is of how Tesla has designed this?
So they are looking for complexity reduction, modularity, and also reducing the number of parts, the brackets and fasteners, in order for the operator to be faster in the assembly of the car. So you have less part, less complexity, and quicker assembly of the car.
There we have it. Tesla's philosophy in a nutshell, in action, in the real world. They're now running circles around and making a mockery of the entire automotive industry. And anyone could have figured this stuff out, yet it took Tesla. Really speaks volumes. And by the way, this one narrow view into how Tesla is innovating in terms of manufacturing a vehicle, actually assembling the thing, this is a window into every aspect of what Tesla does, from their autopilot software, their operating system, their factory designs, you name it, every aspect of the business, software, hardware, even the corporate structure of the company itself. First principles thinking, removing complexity, removing parts, removing processes. This is how Tesla gets more done with less, how they're so capital efficient, and how they will ultimately dominate the automotive industry, dominate the robotaxi industry, dominate the humanoid robot industry, dominate the energy industry. I'm just kidding. The competition is coming and Tesla should be really, really scared. Now, I've got to say, this is one of the most incredibly insightful videos I've ever seen regarding Tesla. Shout out to Autoline Network, John and the guys. Absolute G's. Every Tesla investor should be watching this, and everyone who owns any stock of any automotive company on the planet should also see what Tesla's up to understand how utterly f***ed automotive companies are. Brilliant video. Brilliant insights. And I have to say, what Tesla's doing, what they've done in the span of just half a decade or so, from worst to best in the industry, is an indictment on every automotive manufacturer currently operating. What the f*** have they been doing? Good question, isn't it? Athletic Greens AG1 has given me a massive, meaningful boost in energy, allowing me to do a lot more every day, including using my brain more and using my body more. I highly recommend you guys and girls check it out. Athletic Greens AG1 is an excellent way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's got 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus prebiotics and probiotics and digestive enzymes and adaptogens to help you deal with stress. Plus, if you click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, you can get yourself a 1-year free supply of vitamin D3 and K2. But don't take my word for it. Here's what some of you guys and girls have to say. AG1 has changed my life. I was, as you described, treating myself like a circus, ate like trash, rarely exercised, used alcohol as a stress crutch, cannabis also. AG1 is what gave me the kick in the ass, got me back to the gym, motivated me to do more for myself, family, my business, etc. Keep doing what you do. Now, I know there's some skeptics, the same kind of people who think Elon Musk is a fraud, reading this going, what do you thought? There's no way that's possible, bro. It must be a placebo effect. Believe it or not, this is a recurring theme. If you give your body everything it needs to feel and perform its best, including having a lot more energy, you'll need ways to use that energy. For me personally, that includes more exercise, moving my body more social activity, and more cognitively demanding tasks, including producing a ton of exclusive content over on Twitter and on Patreon, plus my daily YouTube uploads. The proof's in the pudding. On to another testimonial from a viewer of this channel. SMR, you asked me to provide feedback on AG1. Here it is. It has helped with mental acuity, stamina, and intestinal waste management. Can't read between the lines. It certainly helps with regularity and digestion. That's what the digestive enzymes are for. It has also dramatically reduced my cravings for sugar. You guys need to stop eating sugar. It's fucking poison. I'm 50, 5'9", and overweight, aka a fat motherfucker. I think that's a technical term for overweight, isn't it? Is it fat motherfucker or obese? I can't remember. I average 100 hours a week in the West Texas oil fields as a safety supervisor. Jesus Christ, dude. No wonder you're struggling to keep your weight under control. 100 hours a week. Brutal. It has helped me lose weight. It is not an appetite suppressant. It can help fat people suppress cravings, and motivation to be healthier is critical for changing your diet. Love you, brother. Again, this is a great point and something people really don't seem to grasp. If you have more energy, everything becomes easier. It's like turning on easy mode for life. A few years ago, before I was taking AG1, my health was trash. I was struggling to get through the day, had afternoon fatigue. The last thing I wanted to do was either use my brain or move my body. Didn't have the energy. Now, my biggest struggle every day is figuring out ways to use that energy. I'm exercising way more, doing a lot more with my friends and family, and of course, my work output has increased substantially. And you can fact check me. Check out the average length of my videos I was posting to YouTube 3 years ago. Need I say more? And one final testimonial. Love this one. Okay, here's the deal for me with this AG1 shit. I'm 41 years old and not the type to eat, drink, smoke, or sleep healthy, so I was skeptical. That being said, here's what I experienced. Day 1, meh. Day 2, afternoon fatigue was about 45 minutes late. Day 3, 0 afternoon fatigue. Day 4, 0 afternoon fatigue plus extra energy. Day 5, again, 0 afternoon fatigue plus energy. Wondering, what the fuck, really? See, this is the thing, right? The results for many people are just almost too good to be true. This is the same experience I had. My afternoon fatigue just vanished out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I not tired in the afternoons anymore? Surely, it's not that AG1, is it? Turns out it was. Day 6 and 7, same thing. Day 8, same thing. Plus, I had the want to get things done around the house that I normally would slack off and not get done. Again, the point, extra energy, you'll need to use it, you'll find ways to use it. Day 9, 10, and 11, and today is day 12. I fucking love it. So however you managed to get me to buy it, I'm so glad you did. Thank you so much, SMR. It really changed me so far. Guys, this shit really works. Just try it. By the way, this is the reason I continue to relentlessly promote AG1. A lot of people get real fucking mad in the comments. Oh my God, Snake Oil Salmon's sold out. Oh my God, he's a scammer. This is fraud. But constantly, I'm pretty sure everyone making these comments is also currently short Tesla stock. I'm not particularly concerned about people having a negative perception, those folks suffering from small brain syndrome, still living in my bum's basement syndrome, etc., writing mean comments, claiming AG1's a scam or it doesn't work. I mean, bro, when I get feedback like this is what keeps me going. And remember, there is a 90-day money-back guarantee. There's nothing to lose here. Just try this stuff for a month, and if you don't get these results, get your money back. See, it's a literal no-brainer. It's an IQ test at this point in time. Testimonial after testimonial after testimonial like this. Get your money back if it doesn't work. Just try it for a month, and if it doesn't work, get your money back. Today's the day. It's finally time. Be like this guy who was a massive skeptic, but finally, after 1,000 promotions in a row, caved in, tried AG1, and has results like this. Head to drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment, and please, let me know how you're feeling in a few weeks' time. Now, if you'll excuse me, time to put my extra energy to good use. I'll be recording some more exclusive content for Patreon and my Twitter subscribers. So click the links in the pinned comment. See you over on Twitter and or Patreon. And don't forget to grab your AG1. Love ya.